Hello, this is D, and I'm back with another video. Well, today we're going to take a look at Stalker 2 running on the Xbox Series X as well as PC. Now, this is a Game Pass title, and I can't reiterate enough how much of a value Game Pass really is. Now, Stalker 2 is pretty good. Now, I've seen a lot of people reviewing this game, and it kind of had a little bit of mixed reviews, at least from what I've seen on social media. So I said, I have to try it for myself. Now, usually I don't have any preconceived notions on games unless it's really just a game that I just don't desire at all. But Stalker 2, I've been hyped for it for quite some time. Now, the developers, they went through a lot to make this game. Of course, there's a big war going over on in Ukraine, and I don't want to get too deep into it, but they had a lot of issues that they had to deal with. So this game has finally come out, and I'll be honest, launch day there were a few bugs. Now, the review code that was sent out to the reviewers, they actually had a lot of bugs in it, and so their reviews kind of reflected that. Now, launch day, or I should say the day after launch, we have had some updates on the game, and it is running better on the Xbox console, and I find that it's running pretty good on PC. So today what we're going to do is take a look at the Xbox Series X performance. We're going to take a look at the different quality modes that it offers, because it does offer 4K at 30 FPS, and it offers, I believe it's 1440p upscale to 4K running at 60 FPS. Now, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a spoiler. The frame rate, in some situations, it does hold to 60 FPS, but when you got a lot of things going on in the screen or a lot of NPCs, it tends to kind of dip down into the mid 50s, low 50s, and it kind of hovers around there. And then when there's not much on screen, it goes up to 60 FPS. Now, the heavy process scenes, like some of the in-game cutscenes, some of those run at like 49. They run really wonky. Now, there's a lot of effects at play, so I don't really judge it on that. I more or less judge the gameplay. Now, the performance mode, if you have a VRR display, I think the Xbox Series X is doing a good job on this game. Now, the image quality, I think it's pretty good. I see some people kind of making fun of it, and I think that's because of the dynamic resolution scaling. Some points it may drop down to a lower resolution, not giving you the best image quality, but I find for the most part that the resolution looks pretty good. Now, it's a little bit softer than a native 4K image, but it is trying its hardest to hold that 60 FPS. And once again, with a VRR display, it runs pretty good. Now, if you don't have a VRR display, I don't know if I can really recommend this game for you on Xbox until they patch it further and it holds that 60 a little bit more consistently. So let's just get into the beginning of the game. I'm going to compare the Xbox Series X to the PC version, just the visual quality. I'll also have some graphs up for the frames per second on the Xbox Series X, and then we'll come back and we'll discuss other features of the game.
Що в біса таке? Я бачив артефакти, що виносили з зон. Вони завжди згорали та розвалювалися миттєво. А цей твій?
Він на зони.
Звісно. І де ти його знайшов?
Під ліжком лежав.
За кого ти мене маєш? Ти знаєш, чого мені коштував цей сканер? Якщо це не артефакт, то він рознесе все до бісової матері. Я не дозволю, щоб мої здобутки пішли вітром через тебе. Я не дозволю тобі змішати все з лайном.
Why is your ass still here? Head over to Zalicia and keep your mouth shut. Unless you want both of us killed.
шукаю припої. Ні, з цим до баті. Він отам сидить.
Now, the first thing that I noticed is that this game is pretty dark. On the Xbox Series X, it was extremely dark. Now, in the beginning, I did forget to turn on my flashlight, but even with it on, I found the image quality to be very dark. So what I had to do was go into the settings and increase the brightness. Now, on PC, I didn't have the same issues with darkness. Now, I did raise the brightness a little bit on PC as well, but it wasn't nearly as dark as the console version. Now, the image quality on the console, clearly it's not as good as the PC version, and this game on PC, it is pretty demanding. It is very heavy on the CPU. So the fact that the Xbox Series X version is roughly around 50 to 55 on average, gets up to 60 on certain instances, I think it's pretty good for what we're getting here. Now on PC, I have to use DLSS in order to get some pretty good frame rates. Now I use DLSS with DLLA, and I find that that gives me the best image quality. I find that DLSS quality, I'm not getting as much frames, and I don't really want to turn on frame gen. Now you can turn frame gen on the PC version, and of course this is going to give you more frames, but it comes at the cost of latency. And before I would say it would give you a little difference in image quality. Now I'll put up on the screen here the difference between frame gen as well as DLSS quality and DLLA, and you'll see there's not really a huge difference. So I will say that frame gen has come a long way with the image quality. It doesn't really degrade it anymore, but it does add a little bit more latency. Now in a game like this that's kind of sluggish already, I don't know if you might necessarily feel the latency, but on a game that's really competitive, you will feel that latency, and I don't recommend frame gen for those type of games. But overall on PC, I think the performance is really good. So let's just get into some of the PC performance, and then I'll come back and we'll just wrap up this video.
So, who should I ask about solder?
Try Zodov. The ward can find anyone you want as long as you can cut a deal with them, and you're okay with their methods. Or you could ask Gaffer. Just give him some time to get to his house. He's an easygoing guy. He usually helps rookies out, but he's had to deal with a year's worth of crap today. See ya. Good luck. First drinks on the house if you need it. And I get the feeling you're gonna need it.
Here's the deal. I'm ready to pass some Stalker wisdom on to you. Right here, right now. And totally free of charge. Interested?
Maybe. But first, I want to know what the catch is.
There's no catch. I owe Gaffer money. So I've been working off my debt by helping rookies with advice. And today's my last day. So you've hit the jackpot.
Nice. What do I win?
Back on the mainland, Mom and Dad were the most important people in the world, right? But here in the zone, it's the tech and the trader. And their love comes with a price tag. Loot or coupons. Got it?
I was hoping for something a little more practical.
You think you're clever, huh? Fresh off the perimeter and you've already figured everything out. Well, go ahead. Show us what you've got.
You bitch! Don't fuck with me! My patience is running thin.
Screw you! Screw you!
Hey you! Loner! Come and help some good fellows. Make yourself useful. A dude who likes free stuff. Valak Lumux. Barricaded himself in that shack. Owes me a big pile of dough. And instead of paying me up, he's poking me with a gun. Go and have a nice talk with him, would ya?
Easy there, I just want to talk.
Are you nuts, man? I'm kind of busy here, you know? If I drop my guard for a second, these thugs will do me in. If I'm going down, I'm taking at least one of them with me.
You owe money to Warlock.
Are you kidding me? Fine, get in line. It's not like you can kill me twice. You want me to pay him back? All right, listen up. The stash is at the water tower, at the very top. You'll know what to do once you're up there, hopefully. Don't get into an anomaly on the way.
Whoa! He's spilling the beans! Are you scared of heights, Loner? Nah, I don't give a damn. Get up to the tower and grab the stash. Now!
happening. Come over here, would you?
Now, as you can see on PC, it's vastly superior to the console versions. You have so many different options, different ways of playing the game. Like I said earlier, I prefer DLSS with DLLA. That just gives me the best image quality and the performance that I like. Like I'm getting like in the 80s up to the 90s. I don't really need much more for this type of game. Once again, if I use FrameGen, I can get much higher frame rates, but at the cost of latency, and I just don't feel that it's really necessary for this game. Now, overall, the game itself, because that's what some people want to know, is the game good? I like the game. I actually think the game is good. I was a little bit worried from what I heard from, people online, but there's a lot of haters out there. And I gotta say this, even though right now I'm not the biggest supporter of the Xbox console, I still support Xbox games or games that are on their Game Pass service. Now, this isn't necessarily an Xbox game, but it is in the Game Pass service, and that gives me really good value for what I'm paying monthly. We're gonna have Indiana Jones that's also coming in that service. Flight Sim, which I'm gonna do a video on tomorrow. There's so many games that are coming to that service, and I just gotta be honest with you guys, it offers me a great value. So I just have to be honest, as a gamer enjoying games, putting aside, my beef with certain fans over certain things that Xbox is doing, is it a good game or not? And I've always stood by this. A good game is a good game, no matter what preference you have, no matter what platform you're on. If you've tried it and it's a good game, you should just call it for what it is. And I'm saying that Stalker 2 is definitely a good game. Now, it is a little bit hard, and I can understand that some people might not be used to some of the mechanics of that game. Stalker's roots are on PC, and I think that's why a lot of PC gamers really do like this game. I'm not saying console gamers don't like it, but I know PC gamers right now, they're really buying this game. Now, the last time I checked, it already sold 1 million copies. Now, that is a lot to move in just like 2-3 days. So that is an incredible launch. I'm hearing that the Game Pass subscription rate is really good for this game, that the numbers are up on people playing this game on Game Pass. So overall, I gotta say the game is successful. Now, the downside is that the performance can get better on the Xbox console, and I think it can also get better on PC. Now, I have an RTX 4090. You guys saw me today playing this game maxed out at epic settings, so that's as high as you can go, and I got the best hardware that you could possibly get on PC. Now, some people that don't have the same type of hardware, that have a lesser card, they may be having some issues, and I am hearing that some people are having issues. So I don't want to disregard those people's experience. I'm just telling you personally, my experience with the game on PC is good, and it's pretty good on the console as well. Now, I do expect more patches and more updates to come out in the days and the weeks to come, and I think overall, I think the game is successful. Gamers are enjoying it. It's getting favorable reviews on Steam. The player count is pretty high on Steam, and overall, I have to recommend this game. Now, if you have it in your Game Pass service, that is an extra bonus for you. If you want to go out and purchase the game, I think if you have an Xbox Series X, you will be happy with the performance. The Xbox Series S, the performance leaves a lot to be desired, to be honest with you guys. From everything that I've seen, I would just kind of hold off until the game gets updated and has better performance on that console. Now, for PC, I'm not having any type of issues. It's running pretty good. The frame rate is quite good depending on the modes that you choose. If you want to play it native, obviously you're not going to get such a high frame rate. But if you use it with DLSS or you put FrameGen on, you are getting very good performance. So overall, I have to give this game, from what I've played so far, I would give it a solid 7.5 out of 10. Now, as I progress through the game, perhaps my score might go up, it might go down a little bit, but so far the experience, I am enjoying it. I like some of the decisions that you make in the world have an impact on you in real time. Now, there was one scene, I'll try to put it up on the screen here, where I have to go and get a bounty. Now, the first time I went and did it, I told the guy, listen, who are you talking to like that? And he just shot and killed me. So the second time, obviously, I was a lot more polite. And of course, I was able to get the advantage over them. The point is that the decisions that you make in this game, it actually does matter. So I do like that. Now, perhaps as I go throughout the game, maybe that's not so much an issue, but in the beginning, I definitely saw the impact of that. And I'm just really enjoying this game. I like this kind of, end of days kind of game with these freaks that are out there. It kind of gives me that Walking Dead kind of vibe, where you're just in an apocalyptic world trying to survive. And I just think it's a good game. Anyways, that's pretty much it. I'm going to leave you guys with a little bit more gameplay footage. If you guys like this type of content, let me know and I'll continue to do them. Now, the reason why I don't usually talk on these type of videos is that I don't really know how to format them. Usually I just put up the metrics, I put the side by sides, I put some music on, and I just let it rock out. And a lot of you guys say, hey, we want to hear your actual thoughts on the game. So that's why I'm trying to do these type of videos. So if you appreciate it, please hit the like button, subscribe, and like I usually say, I'll see you guys on the next one.
What the?
You handled it like a real stalker. Come over here and let's talk.
I knew you could do it. Well, okay, I didn't really know, but I sure... You wanted to settle some scores, didn't you? Shit. The timing couldn't be any worse. Why is your ass still here? Head over to s.t.a.l.k.e.r and keep your mouth shut. Unless you want both of us killed.